Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Keith. Still in Dublin. Okay, as you can see, sunny Dublin. I'm wearing sunglasses for a change in Dublin, which is unusual. Actually, no, that's a lie. It's not unusual. But yeah, it's May. So this is sort of starting into the summer in Dublin. So this is another vlog on the places to stay that's not in the middle of the city. It's not Dublin city centre. But you still have a lot to do. I'm out in another little village on the coastline. I suppose people forget Dublin is a bay, Dublin Bay, and the peninsula is all surrounded by coastline and beautiful coastline. And as a result, fabulous restaurants and beautiful places like we're just about to see now. I'm going to turn this around for you. So, this is the Clontarf. I suppose on the north side of the city, I suppose the wealthier areas on the north side are all along this little peninsula here. They go from here, which is Clontarf, which is down to Howth, Sutton, Howth, Portmarnock, Malahide, and I suppose up as far as Skerries would be, I suppose, the wealthier areas of Dublin City. Sorry, I wasn't sure. I was just checking out my mic on. I wasn't sure. So, yeah. So where are we now? Clontarf, as I said. So ignore all this, because that's the port itself. That's Dublin Port. That's the dockland itself. That thing you see billowing smoke at the moment is it's actually an incinerator. That's apparently steam coming out of that, not smoke. So it burns at a very high rate. Now, two reasons why I'm here. One, people say, where do you stay that's not in the city centre? Clontarf is a place you can actually stay that's not in the city centre. And I'll bring you to a place, one of the best hotels you'll see in Dublin City. But before we go up there, I want to show you something that you definitely wouldn't think you'd see in Dublin. Never mind Dublin. No, you wouldn't expect to see this in Ireland. Never mind in Dublin. But what I'm going to show you now is actually an Easter Island statue. And it's an actual Easter Island statue. It's not a replica. Clontarf is twinned. And it was presented to the city of Dublin by the government of Chile, unveiled in 9th of November 2004. And it apparently faces towards the same direction that all the ones in Easter Island face. Isn't it amazing? And not what you expect to find here. Not what you expect to find in Ireland, as I said, never mind in Dublin. But it's fantastically done. I mean, amazing detail on it. So there, that's not what you expect to find in Dublin. Now, if you look over across the way, that's sort of like Clontarf village, for want of a better word for it. A couple of nice restaurants there. Beautiful bakery, Thunder's Bakery. Yeah, guilty pleasure. Seriously good cream cakes. And then across from that, you have Picasso's, which is again beautiful restaurant. Connolly's, or the Sheds as it's known, great Irish bar. And this is my point about people going where tourists go. Don't. Come out of the city a little bit. At the moment we are probably about 15 minutes from the city centre. 15 minutes by taxi or by bus, and the buses run quite regularly along this road, so you're not going to be stuck to get into the city. Where would you stay? Loads of really good value and really high quality bed and breakfasts around here. As you can see, a lot of big old sort of Victorian houses, Georgian style houses along here, and quite a few of them are bed and breakfasts. And if you go on to the Bord Fáilte website, you'll find lots of them, and they're reasonably priced. Now, they're not cheap, don't get me wrong, because nowhere in this city is cheap. I think I've said this in a previous vlog. The cheapest you'll find, which is probably a hostel, will run you about 60 quid, about 60 euros. So, as I said, by no means is that cheap. So, some beautiful restaurants over there. and you're not far from one of the nicest hotels in Dublin City. And definitely, if you're going to stay out here and you want to treat yourself and you're going to do Clontarf, as I said, 15 minutes from the city centre, bus it into town, taxi it into town. It's not going to cost you a fortune, and even if you're only doing it for a couple of nights, I would recommend it. Okay, it's a little bit farther from here than a walk, so I'm going to jump in the car, take you up there, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, this is Castle Avenue, a beautiful tree-lined avenue, which I can imagine you can figure out where it's going to lead us to. So, lock my car, I've just walked by it. The disadvantage of having a car that opens itself when you walk up to it. If you walk past it, it opens it up again. So, Castle Avenue. So, I've just driven a short distance from, that's the end of the road, you can see that. That's the coast that we were just walking on. Walkway is beautiful. You can actually walk or cycle from there all the way up to Howth, which you would have seen in some of my previous vlogs. And it's a beautiful walkway. As I said, you can cycle. Actually, you can cycle the whole bay from north side to south side on bike, or you can walk it. There's a bus or a bike lane that makes it extremely safe, up off the road, away from all the traffic. And yeah, you can walk all the way up there. So, as you can see, this is suburban Dublin. And I suppose the last place, a bit like our Easter Island statue down below, this hotel that I'm bringing you to now is one that, again, it's not quite what you'd expect to find in the middle of suburban Dublin. But I suppose Ireland is full of old castles and old ruins. Now, this isn't an old castle. Well, it is an old castle, but it's not a ruined castle. I remember in my younger days, this was famous for cabaret. I'm sure a lot of people don't have a clue. Younger people watching this have a clue what cabaret is. But so here we are, Clontarf Castle. Now, this would be hugely popular with American tourists. It's a castle. It's in the middle. It's very close to the city. As I said, you're not more than 15, 20 minutes at a push, depending on traffic, away from the city centre. And it's a beautiful building. The food is fantastic in here. They do a Sunday roast. They have bar food, so they do Sunday roast. But they also have a slightly more upmarket restaurant attached to it. And again, food is beautiful. Grounds are, it's a strange combination because you have these lovely little seating areas, which are fantastic. And you wouldn't believe there's a housing estate behind that wall. There's private houses on both sides, as you can see. But just listen to it. And it is a beautiful sight. A lot of people, a lot of golfers will come here for the simple reason it's quite close to the Royal Dublin or the Royal Dublin Golf Club. So yeah, you get a lot of visitors who like to play golf because there's quite a few golf clubs from here. So it does have that castle feel to it. Now, the bar itself is well worth a visit, and you don't have to actually stay here to visit the bar. You can just walk in and use the bar facilities. And as I said, it's a beautiful bar. And a fabulous location. These are the stairs up to the main bedrooms. Brings you to the bar, which has been busy. It's busy at the moment. Been cleaned up, obviously, for the day ahead. This is one of my favourite little nooks. You can sit, have a quiet coffee, and down into the reception area. Beautifully lit atrium. In the winter time that fire is lit and it's an extremely cosy little spot. And then through the atrium and back out. So, that's a little glimpse at Clontarf Castle. So, if you like what you see, hit the bell, hit the like, subscribe and the bell for notification. And as I said, if you want to stop somewhere that's a little bit unusual, a little bit of a treat, Clontarf Castle is definitely the place to go. The staff are absolutely fantastic in this hotel, and the level of service is second to none. And as you can see from what I just showed you inside, it really is a quirky, beautiful place to stay. Okay, so hit the like, subscribe, bell for notification, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.